Namaste. I bow in reverence to your God in you. Namaste. So, how many of us got angry yesterday in last 24 hours? How many of us got angry? Just do a dipstick check and count the number of times you observed anger rising in you. A difficult question, so I frame it otherwise. How many of us thought that we got angry 5 times? So fit your incidents into those 5 buckets and see whether the buckets are overflowing or there is still some bucket left. And this anger is not the full blown explosion, it is minor irritants also. Count all of them. Count. Did you get angry 5 times in last 24 hours? Okay, if you did not get angry 5 times in last 24 hours, you can simply say, yes, I got angry 5 times. I agree. There must have been some unknown anger in me. I take it as 5. Okay, the figure of 5 is comfortable. Someone will get up and say, what nonsense, I did not get angry in last 24 hours. This is your first anger of the day. Even this much of irritation is the cause of a anger. This is what we need to eliminate and dissolve. And when we dissolve this, and what is the way of dissolving it? Let me start with a very simple and beautiful story. There was a monk. He one day went to his master and said, Master, I have been doing everything the way you've told me. I follow all rules, but I am not happy. Master says, what do you require to be happy? The monk says, give me a house, a bed. I don't have a mattress also, so it's very difficult to sleep at night on a floor in the jungle. So give me some place to live. He says, given. The monk goes back to the tree under which he was sleeping. What he sees there is a beautiful hut being made with his name tab outside and a bed and a mattress. He feels very comfortable, enjoys the entire day. Next day morning, he again goes to the master. Master says, what? He says, you have given me the bed and the mattress, but you have not given me the pillow, blanket and the mosquito net. The entire night mosquitoes kept on biting me. He says, okay, given. He takes those 3 things also. Next day, very happy. Early morning, when the monk was about to start his day, this guy again appears in front of the master. And master says, now what? He says, you've given me everything. I don't have a lamp. I don't have a pot. I don't have a bowl to beg. Things are not there. He says, given. So in this manner, for a complete 1 year, this guy used to go to his master, take 3 things from him and come back. Every day. So in a period of 1 year, this person accumulated 1,000 items. And one day when the monk was passing by his hut, he saw him sitting very dejectedly outside. He says, now what? He says, Master, you've given me everything. I have 1,000 things in my house now, but I'm still not happy. What should I do? Monk said, very simple. The master said, very simple. Take out one thing which you have not used in last 1 year and give it to someone who is needy. The idea appealed to this guy. So this guy goes inside, takes out a bag and is just waiting outside the hut when a farmer passes by. The farmer has got about 5-6 vegetables and it is becoming very difficult for him to carry those vegetables in his hands. So he just goes and gives him the bag and says, put your vegetables in this bag and carry. The farmer is extremely happy. He says, thank you, thank you. By giving away that bag, this monk felt a bubble of happiness rising in. He says, good. And the farmer, when he went to the village, he told everyone, boss, there is an old monk, there's a monk out there, and this guy is giving things. What you need, he gives. So he's the need-giving monk. You can go. The entire village first did not believe. And in each parting away, this person felt that bubble of happiness increasing in him. In a period of say 5-6 months, he gave out everything he had, including the hut, to someone who was not finding any shelter anywhere. All the homeless, he gave them his hut and started sleeping outside in the open, beneath the tree from where the entire story started. Then when he was sitting out there one day, he saw someone approaching from the village. He says, gosh, I have given away everything. I don't know what is he going to ask and what will I give. There's nothing with me. The person approaches with folded hands, looks up to him, and he realizes there is nothing to be taken from him. He just says, sir, I came to ask you for something. The monk says, stop, come, I give you a bear hug. And when the monk gave him a bear hug, the monk's heart opened. It transferred an amount of quantum of love into this person's heart, and both of them felt happy. Both of them enjoyed. Both of them felt. The man went back to the village jumping and dancing. The villagers asked him what happened. He says that item giving monk is now happiness giving monk. Go meet him. The entire village rushes to his cottage. He embraces everyone. Jo bhi aaye, he embraces them. Love gets transferred with utmost love. He kept on giving it to everyone, and then this monk realizes, I have such an immense amount of love, immeasurable love in me. I can give it to everyone, anyone who comes. And with each giving, the happiness bubble kept on increasing, kept on becoming bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, what has got this story to do with our anger? It has got everything to do with our anger. The preventive maintenance is that prime your mind not to get angry. But still we get angry. Like the person who said, I have not got angry even once. So such small angers keep on rising in us. This story explains to us the process of conversion of copper balls into silver balls. By giving out love from our heart, we convert the copper balls into silver balls. In the heat of the moment when we are extremely angry, there will be a point when we will realize that we are angry. At that point, with that realization, add one more question. Is there anything else in my heart other than this anger? And you will realize this monk giving bear hugs to everyone. Giving bear hugs, hugging everyone, transferring a small quantum of love to everyone. You will find that monk sitting somewhere inside when you are at the top of the anger. When you are riding the tiger, that is the time you will, if you ask this question, is there anything else in my heart? Is there anything else in my heart other than this anger? You will realize, this monk, what are the seed of this monk? In ancient literature, in Bhagavad Gita, they say the only way to reduce the anger which has already moved up is Vipreet Bhavana, opposite feeling. Fill your heart at that very moment with opposite feeling. It is and you will say it is a very difficult task. I am angry, the guy has slapped me. How can I fill my heart with love at that time? If he has slapped you, it is a life-threatening situation. Go and slap back to that person. But don't convert every command into a slap. Do not convert every command into a slap. Slap is a physical slap on the face which makes you taste the blood, your own blood in your mouth. That is a slap. Anything less than that is not a slap. So simply, at that very moment, fill your heart with extreme love, the opposite of anger. And in that love, realize what? Those 4 beliefs. That I am intelligent, I am strong, I am beautiful, and I am smart. This anger is being. Realize one more thing. There are 2 kinds of world that we live in. The first is, you can be of the mentality of a pot maker. He starts from zero, keeps on adding small bits of mud to it, and then with his fingers he creates a beautiful pot. That is the pot maker. The second type of mentality is the mentality of a idol maker, Shilpkar, Murtikar. The first one is Kumhar in Hindi, and the second one is a Murtikar. Murtikar does what? He looks at a stone and he finds that inside this stone is a beautiful statue. I must chisel out the unwanted. Live the life of a Murtikar. Don't live the life of a Kumhar, where if someone takes away this much of your mud, you feel threatened, my pot will not be made. Don't live that life. When you say, I am intelligent, you are intelligent enough to understand that this is insignificant and irrelevant. This assault on my belief is insignificant and irrelevant. I am not living the life of a Kumhar, I am living the life of a Murtikar. I build, I chisel out, I become beautiful by giving out, by letting people take away that is not mine. I am that Murti inside that stone. I am that Murti inside that stone. I am not that anger. So whenever you are riding the wave of anger, please ask one small question. Is there anything else in my heart other than anger at this moment? And try to search for this monk who built up an empire, destroyed an empire, and discovered the palace, the universe of love. Love, they say, is immeasurable. It is the biggest immeasurable. Love, compassion, joy, and equanimity are the 4 immeasurables. And anger is one of the 6 mental afflictions. Those are details. We will not go into those details. We will just focus on 4 beliefs and 1 question. And all our anger will be addressed by this. I once again, at the cost of repeating, the 4 beliefs are: I am intelligent enough to understand the insignificance of this. I am strong, strong enough to withstand this small little irritation. I am beautiful. I am the most beautiful creation on this earth. There is no blemish in me. What this guy is saying is a lacuna in his thinking. I am the most beautiful thing. And the last is, I am smart. I am special. I am special. Why I am special? Because God is showering blessings on me with His 1,000 hands and 1,000 arms, and I have only 2 to collect them. This much of blessings is all around me. I am so special in my life. These are the 4 beliefs which will formulate the beam of bliss in us, rising from our heart up to our head. Beam of bliss. The silver balls and the diamonds. Silver balls still here, and from here diamonds all over. Silver balls, diamonds. So Sat Chit Anand, Sat Chit Anand, copper ball, silver balls, diamonds, and is there anything else? This one thought will remove all the irritations that have built up in you. It will remove everything. All the irritations will be removed. With this, we come to the end of our discussion and meditation sessions on anger dissolution. We did not remove the anger. We did not manage the anger. We simply dissolved it by living the life of a Murtikar, shedding away the unwanted. Inside of us, we are special. I thank each one of you who have seen the yesterday's video and who are seeing this video today. Thank you very much, and we will meet again next weekend, same time, 8 o'clock at the same location for FP Live. Namaste.